So welcome to the Isle of Cascara. We are on our episode 2 after a brief hiatus. We've had a member drop out, unfortunately, just due to time constraints. So Suna is no longer here with us, but I mean, he's still alive, so don't let my phrasing like that put it like that. Um, but yeah, so we left off our last session. The players haven't actually fully met yet, so rather than have them do the individual recaps, I will just do the recap this week, and then they'll start. I'll have the players do recaps beginning next week. So we left off with the players in the town of Zira. Now, some of them have lived there for quite some time. Some of them have just arrived. The ship, the Mary Marrow, just pulled into port, and as it was doing so, a large shelf of reef rose out from the shallow waters and seemed to have a mind of its own. This huge bestial monstrosity that seemed to be made of reef and fish bones and dead sea creatures. But before it really had a chance to do anything, it was blasted to pieces by the cannons on board the Mary Marrow. And then the party had to deal with the aftermath of that effect, as the little blasted bits of this reef creature were scattered throughout the town and across the waters, and even onto the ship. And they had to fight these individual reef zombie-like creatures made from the same materials as that large giant reef creature. So after Seychellania, the ship's mage, spoke with our shark folk Sam. After the merchant girl Taylor spoke with our sneaky human Zoker. After the farmer Zhang spoke with our sea witch Raelia. And after the rest of the ship's crew spoke with our turtle Tanuki and our dwarf Thorgrin, we had the party reach shore, those of them who hadn't, except for Sam, who retreated back into his coastal home. And we are picking up with several of them entering the Prancing Parrot, the only tavern in this small port town. So I am, in fact, going to go ahead and move us over to the Prancing Parrot. And let me zoom in for everybody else here. So what I would really like is if, first, since Raelia and Zhang were the first to arrive here in the Prancing Parrot, as Zhang offered to buy Raelia some dinner, I would like Raelia to choose a seat for the two of you here in...
I'm gonna go ahead and go all the way to the back.
Okay.
Look, Zhang, let's get away from the door. You know, all the sand and wind coming in. I'd like to get away from that.
Well, all right. Absolutely. So if you can go ahead and drag your token out and place it next to the table, I will place Zhang's token near you.
Uh-huh. Boom. Did I do it? Boom. Boom.
Yes.
I don't know what the fuck is going on with Kevin's camera on my side. It's only on my side.
Kevin, are you dying?
No, Kevin's fine. It's just his camera keeps glitching the fuck out for me.
Yeah, it's just
I'm
connection.
alive.
His connection's dropping just a
Yeah,
little
it's
bit.
doubling me.
I'm getting it as well.
Okay.
Like, it's not that he like slightly gets a little bad. No, he just gets completely digitized, and it's horrifying.
It's very strange.
A Digimon.
I haven't noticed.
It's because I keep resetting it.
Well, stop
right.
it.
I'll just let it go.
Next, Zoker, we did not leave off with a reason for Zoker to be entering the Prancing Parrot to my memory. So far as I recall, you were back at home with your foster mother and brother and sister, having dinner there.
Yep, I'm eating some
Yep.
din din.
Excellent. Okay. So, Tanuki and Thorgrin, you two would be arriving in with the rest of the ship's crew after the ship has docked. So if you could go ahead and pick some seats for yourselves. And if you would like to sit together, you can. If you want to pick a couple other members of the crew to have sat with, by all means.
I'm assuming this is the keg right here that's tapped, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, then I want to sit right here.
All right, you can go ahead and drag your token out from the journal and place yourself there.
Oh, right. Okay.
Someone has a small amount of echo of what we're all saying coming through.
Sorted it out. Don't worry. It was
Awesome.
Strauf.
It's all good.
I'm still hearing it, actually.
Is it me?
Is it me?
Could be
I'm
me.
not hearing it anymore.
No? Okay. All right. We're good then. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And then Tanuki, if you want to place yourself somewhere here in the tavern as well.
Literally named Tanuki.
Since I've been with Thurden a bit, I'll probably sit beside him.
Okay. So, as the rest of
Taking it off the stool.
the crew comes funneling in, let's see. All right. So, some of the crew, well, most of the crew have come in. A couple of the townsfolk have come in and sat down, and the atmosphere is quite lively. The crew is very happy to be on shore, very happy to have dealt with the problem there in on the beach, and that nobody was hurt. And a couple members of the town are here, mingling amongst the new arrivals.
I'm
So,
getting the echo as well.
All right, if I mute my mic, I don't know. Well, I don't think muting my mic will do anything. It's not. It shouldn't be coming through. All right, I'm gonna mute my mic. Tell me.
I mean,
How
I'm
do you
not
hear
streaming, so it's fine. As long as no one else is getting it, I was just saying, like, if I'm hearing it, surely somebody else is hearing it too, right?
I guess what's really important is can the chat hear any
streamers
kind of
hear you.
echo?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's
because I do hear a very faint one.
See this?
But-
yeah, it's not bad.
This
It's
Yeah,
faint.
Kevin's doing the
is
thing right
my
now. If y'all want to see.
Doing the thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's all pixels.
No, he's not.
No, he's not for me.
That's my natural state.
Okay, there he
my
goes.
video.
No, he's not.
I just,
He is pixels.
yeah. I have actually a face unscrambling program. That's what I actually look like.
Oh. Ah. All right, we're good.
I'm half Filipino, half hentai video.
Oh my
I
god.
was gonna make a joke about that, but I was like,
I don't know which side of that made that funnier.
All right, so here in the Prancing Parrot, Berrigan is the tavern owner, and he is very busy serving up meals and ale to everyone that is arriving. Meal is nothing special, providing food for so many He has just cooked up a large stew. But after your last month and a half journey on the ship, those of you who have come in on the ship, it is still very nice to have warm, hot food, relatively fresh meat, vegetables, things that you guys ate the supplies of several weeks ago before and have been subsisting on hardtack and other less perishable goods. So if there's anything you'd like to do here in the tavern, by all means, take it away. You got a couple people near you, plenty of opportunity to chat with folks. What would you like to do?
Not everyone at once, please.
Rayleigh is sitting quietly in the corner, eyeing people as they come in, taking note of individuals that she notices, that she's familiar with, and suspiciously eyeing most of the people that she doesn't, and not trying very hard to disguise this.
Okay. Well, I think Rayleigh would take particular note of Rita, who is one of the last members of this evening's dinner guests to arrive. And she looks around the tavern, sees the corner over there where the quartermaster Conk and the gunner Rogere are seated at a table, and beeline straight for that table, takes a seat. Within a few minutes, a card game is pulled out, and there seems to be some kind of betting going on at the table. The other folks that you know here in town would be Leiden of the Docks, who has joined the two dwarves, Umbek and Fari, as well as the alabaster-skinned woman Malachite over at that table. And then the Betis wives, who have joined a couple of Kenku, who've sat down over in the corner just out of sight of Rayleigh, as well as Taylor, the market girl, who has sat down with several of the sailors over at that table kind of near you. Zhang allows you to eat quietly. He doesn't really push you for conversation.
I'll be friendly and Rayleigh is friendly and smiles, weakly, sheepishly. Very grateful for the food, though.
Okay. Zhang has brought in one of his monkeys that seems particularly well behaved, who's seated on the table right next to his plate and keeps eyeing his bowl, but doesn't actually take any food.
Oh.
All right, Tanuki, what are you doing? Are you muted?
No, I was thinking.
Okay.
Surprised we couldn't hear that.
I know the static is deafening. I'll probably turn to Theodore and ask, so, why are you on the island? You're muted, Kevin.
The same reason you came ashore, to drink.
Eh?
Not.
I'll try. It's been a while.
Oh, that's good. You sounded a little Mexican there.
I am. How dare you, sir? That's my other half.
Dwarves are now Scotscan.
Yeah.
You were just one essay away from.
Hey, Holmes, what you doing?
Is that so?
Is that not why you came aboard?
Not quite, but you know, it's
Okay,
definitely a
keep it,
reason, I suppose.
You can keep it a beer for me and a nice leafy piece of lettuce for my friend here. I assume that's what you eat.
Sure.
All right. Yeah, I can do that for you. Okay.
Hmm.
Is it all right if it's got the meat that was cooked in and I just scoop it out for you?
The beer or the lettuce?
Well, I only have a stew, so it's got to have lettuce in the stew. Is that
Just
all
give
right?
me an ale. It'll be. Just give me an ale, please.
Is that enough for you?
How Snooki fucking
Lettuce
sounded.
before you eat your meat.
He's just gonna like full on confused, thinking that it's a beer stew.
Berrigan is a large, bull-headed man, with the body of a man, but just covered in fur for as much as you can see, which is quite a bit considering the tropical climate here. He is wearing a very loose shirt that just kind of hangs open a lot of times. And tight-fitting pants that the fur kind of pokes through, and a lot of times. This might be a great opportunity for you guys to describe yourselves, those of you who are here in the tavern at least, as well. So let's start with Thurgrin.
Okay. Dergrun is a normal sized dwarf. By that I mean anywhere like just under 5 foot, so 4 foot, like 11 or whatever. I'm not muted, right? Okay.
Nope, you're good.
Okay, cool. And sorry, I just didn't hear anything. But as he sits at the bar, he's just kind of inspecting his drink, looking for pieces of meat, thinking that there was stew in it prior. And you see that he has a thick red beard. Just kind of has his chainmail on, his gun strapped to him, and also a couple of hatchets. But other than that, he seems like he's usually in a pretty good mood. Very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? An extrovert, likes to talk to people. But yeah.
Cool. Tanuki? Bless you.
Gesundheit.
Good dog.
Did you just gesundheit yourself?
I don't know, did I?
Yeah. Yes.
Is that allowed?
I don't know. I just worked.
I thought he fucking know you himself.
Okay.
So Tanuki is this 5.5 foot tall turtle. He has, unlike most turtles you've probably seen, he has a smooth shell, and all across his body you see purple markings going around him underneath his whitish brown robes that he's wearing.
Cool. And Raylia, sitting off in the corner, eyeing everyone.
Yes, Raylia is quite a peculiar looking girl. Where
You're a peculiar looking guy.
fuck off.
Hey, you're the DM. You don't get to be mean to us when we make fun of you now.
Gotti. Sorry.
Okay, so Raylia is if any of you have ever seen a tiefling, she looks as if like she's that size. She's just average height, probably about 5'6", maybe 5'5". But in the place of where a tiefling's horns normally would be will look like almost coral. 4 horns, 2 larger ones on top, and then 2 smaller ones on underneath that, going up, hooking, and going inward. And she has very very pale skin, And in some areas, it's almost for a moment, as you look at her, it's almost as if it becomes translucent under certain light. Um, but she also has a long tail that also has fins on it, um, almost like seaweed. But very, very odd. Like you've probably never seen anything like this.
All right.
But she is a very long platinum hair, and is looking around, like eyeing everyone suspiciously, and also kind of just keeping to herself, just drinking her stew, the last dregs of it here, as she's just ravenous, as scarfed down most of it by now.
All right, excellent. Thank you. So, across the board, really, there is just a very eclectic group of people here in the Prancing Parrot. There are very few humans. In fact, there are no humans among the ship's crew. The closest is the half-elf Simon, who sits next to Tanuki. And everyone else is... there are catfolk, gnomes, dwarves, elves, Aarakocra, turtles, dragonborn, kenku, tieflings, and even some fey creatures.
Okay.
So you guys are sitting, enjoying the meal, enjoying the lively atmosphere for a few minutes here, when the doors open, and kind of all eyes turn to the man stepping through the threshold here, who just carries himself with this almost regal presence. He is a dragonborn with some tendrils on his head that are kind of slicked backwards, dressed very finely, with orange scales. And those of you who are from the town recognize this man as the mayor, Mr. Zarisi. And the rest of you just see this regal man step through and almost immediately command the room's attention. Led primarily by those who are from the town who know him, who immediately just kind of look up and give him attention, as all eyes kind of follow that. And he steps in, and he seems to look through the tavern, and I'd like those of you who are here to make insight checks for me. Zoker and Raelia, with your familiarity with the town, you can make this insight check with advantage. Or I guess Zoker's not here, but yeah.
Yeah.
20, not natural.
Okay. All right. All right. Really, you kind of notice that he seems a little more rattled than you've ever seen him. Dagon and Tanuki, he looks perfectly composed to the two of you. And he steps in and he announces, "Where is Captain Laurie?" There's kind of silence in the tavern for just a moment. And the quartermaster, the turtle, Conk, who has an eye patch over one eye, stands up at his table and says, I thought she was speaking with whoever's in charge. And the mayor kind of looks at him, and Raelia, you recognize that this is a very uncomfortable situation for him. He's used to being the one in charge. And at these words, he flushes a little bit. And he tries to compose himself and turn around and exit, but he stumbles just a little bit in his normal regal demeanor. Fairgren and Tanuki, you kind of catch that he seems a little confused at this, but you don't really pick up much more than that. So he hears this and steps outside and slams the door a little too hard.
Okay.
Slowly, the din of the tavern picks back up, beginning with whispers as people start kind of chatting amongst themselves about what just happened, which turns within the next minute or so back to the full conversation of the tavern. So, if there's anything the three of you would like to do here, go ahead and speak up now.
Well, that seemed normal, didn't it?
Ooh, I have fancy pants. Where's the captain? Did you get meat in yours? I didn't get any meat.
Oh, my
you
bad. I got
just
them mixed
trade?
up. Here you go.
Oh.
Fairgren comes in and switches your bowls.
Thank you.
He didn't seem to know what he was talking about, did he?
He definitely seemed disturbed or something. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, I don't know why he slammed the door on his way out. That's just the weird part. You didn't make him mad, did you? I just sat calmly.
He was kind of making fun of his fancy pants.
That is fair. You didn't say it out loud, though. Do you think he's a mind reader or something?
You didn't see me. I was in my chair, mimicking.
My apologies.
All right. As dinner is wrapping up, the conversation gets even louder as people aren't stuffing themselves with food any longer, and several members of the crew and town have 1 or 2 or 5 ales imbibed already, and the door opens again. This time, the woman who opens the door stands at the threshold of the door. The atmosphere of the tavern is too vibrant at this point for the conversation to just quiet immediately any longer, although it does get noticeably quieter. And the ship's mage, Seychellenia, peeks in, sees Fairgren and Tanuki, and walks straight up to the two of you.
Yes?
Hello, boys. I was told that I could pick 2 of you to come with me. I have something I would like you two to see. I hope you're not too drunk.
Can I insight this?
Sure.
Sounds kinda... Oh!
No.
Tanuki being suspicious while
Sounds
There's
trustworthy
like,
to me.
I don't
Rolex, please
trust
tell me you're taking
drunk.
lucky with your rolls. You're taking the lucky feat, right?
No.
So he can crit fail twice in a row?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you get absolutely no particular read off of her, so I'll let you, make up whatever decision you want. That's however you want to feel about it, you can.
Seems fine to me.
Whole time she's talking, Thurgoon's just blowing on his soup to cool it down. Like the whole just.
Careful blowing that hard, you're gonna spill it.
She raises her hand and kind of makes a snapping motion with her fingers, and you see this little hint of ice as the air around her hand turns to frost, and the steam from your soup ceases.
Thank you. Yep.
It's a little too cold
Now it's too cold.
Yeah.
No. All right, show us what you want to show us.
Thank you.
I'm with him.
I appreciate
You're just
that.
completely dissatisfied. You're just gonna shove the soup away and
Tell
pop off
the
the
chef
stool.
my soup was too cold.
Yeah.
She turns to walk away, and as she does so, she kind of turns to the left and locks eyes briefly with you, Raelia. And you see she's turning, and her gaze kind of catches on you as she's turning her head, and her eyes just stick with you. And she kind of does a second look, and you feel this strange calmness and this bond immediately with this woman, as if there is something connecting the two of you, something more than what you are connecting the two of you. And looking at this woman, she looks almost as if she is made of pure water. Her skin is almost perfectly translucent. Her hair is dripping constantly, but as it hits the floor, it doesn't leave, a stain of water behind. There's no puddles left of her footprints. Everything kind of fades. Her whole form is shifting and moving, as if her body was flowing itself. And you feel this intense connection with her, like you've really not felt with anybody else, and much purer than you have felt with any other things that you may have felt some strange connection with.
Rolex, why are you making that face? Okay, cool.
Oh my God. Kevin, my dude. It's just stuff happening
Wolf?
in my chat.
Fucking stop it!
What it stands for?
Clever.
That was great.
Water
Yeah,
I'd like to filter.
This is the shit I'm having to keep a straight face.
Oh my
on.
god. Water I'd like to filter. Oh, Jesus.
That is not what I'm thinking at this very moment. Yeah, Raelia seems a little taken aback. She was not expecting to see anyone remotely similar to herself, and yeah, this strange kinship. She's just transfixed for a little while and just is kind of awestruck at, maybe she's thinking she feels like she needs to talk to this person.
Okay. Well, Seychelles
so I will-
slows, and stares at you for just a moment. But as Thurgrin and Tanuki get off their seats behind her, she begins to turn back to the door. What do you do?
I'm gonna watch, and after she leaves, I'm going to follow her out.
Okay.
Stealthing.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to just quietly push my chair in, and after they're completely clear of the door, and follow them out. Zhang, thank you for the meal. Um, sorry for knocking you against my house earlier. By the way, sorry about the back of your head there. That looked like it hurt.
Don't worry about it. I hope you have a restful night.
Not so sure that's gonna happen, but thank you.
Hmm.
And yeah, that is a. I have a 14 plus nothing. I have no dexterity. 14.
Okay. I mean, with a 14, you manage to avoid the attention of most people here in the tavern, especially those who are more than a few cups in. But you're in plain sight of everyone as you walk out. So here in the tavern, anyone and everyone might have seen you leave.
Yeah, that's fine.
But as you make your way and follow the others, we'll have Tanuki and Thurgrin go ahead and roll perception checks for me.
Okay.
All right. So, Tanuki, you're just kind of heading down the stairs when you see a woman that you saw there in the tavern before, but haven't really spoken to, following you.
At a bit of a
Move you
distance,
about
like I
there.
waited until
Yeah,
they
yep.
left the building, right?
Yeah. Placing you about here at this point.
Oh, yeah, gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
I'm not sure if it's of concern, but
Yes.
I'm not sure if it's of concern, but I believe we are being followed.
By who?
That one back there, and I'll just point over my shoulder at Raelia.
Yeah. She
Make
is.
sure I said it right.
She's like got one finger in her hair, kind of twirling it as she's looking off at the sea. And you notice she looks over at the sea and then quickly looks back away, and averts her eyes down towards the ground.
And around this time, you're kind of coming around the corner here as well, and you see Thulman, the cabin boy, sitting here by a small fire. And Seychelles, not paying a ton of attention to your conversation there, Tanuki and Thurgrin, looks at Thulman and says, my apologies, boy. We would like this speech to ourselves for the moment. Could you please vacate the premises? And Thulman with a very small fish, about 4 inches long, looks like it's been roasted over this small campfire on a stick. He's kind of got it in his hands. It's mostly eaten. He kind of looks up. You see a little bit of fear in his eyes as he takes his stick and nods. Oh, okay. Yes, ma'am. And kind of brushes past you. And as he squeezes past you, Thurgrin, please roll a perception check for me. Also, I'm being told that there is an echo. There is a low echo. What is causing that?
Yep.
What the?
I've been being told that there is as well. I don't know if it is me, but I don't see why it would be me.
The only reason I think it's Strife is just every time it happens, Strife's mic is the one lighting up.
I'm getting
Yeah,
it.
for me, the
I'm
only
getting
person
Cryptic's
without
mic.
an echo is.
You're getting my mic?
Yep.
Well, the thing is, I hear everybody else has an
It's
echo,
filtering through.
and so that's why I think it's Strife, because
Strife, say something.
Ah,
yes, he's the only one that doesn't have an echo.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
I
true.
don't fucking know how to... I have no reason. I have no idea why.
Is it still happening now? No.
No, it sounds.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I heard
Yeah,
it.
it is.
It is? Yeah, it is.
Here, let me mute myself.
No, like if I'm the only one that's not echoing, that is more than likely coming from me.
Mute yourself in OBS Ninja and we'll see.
I have.
Yeah, I
Strife!
turned my mic volume off
No echo.
for that little bit, and it was still going.
Yeah, I'm not getting an echo.
Very strange.
Because when I unmuted Strife's stream, I could hear the echo.
I don't know why.
Hmm.
Like, it's not. There's no reason the audio should be being picked up.
Well, actually, I think it's. Oh no.
While we're figuring this out, Zoker.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah. You're having a very nice dinner. Emmy is blabbing all about all of the things that she saw out in the jungle today. And you keep getting worried that she's gonna say some things that you agreed to not say. She keeps, like, edging towards it, and then she talks about some flower she saw in the tree, or you know, a rock she saw in the river instead. And Matron is seems to at least just be very happy to have her 3 children here. Daniel is kind of space-ed, as always, just kind of barely part of the conversation. Huh? What? So, is there anything you would like to accomplish tonight? During dinner or after?
Right after dinner, I would like to go see Wodrell to give him the crimson root that I harvested from the jungle.
Okay, excellent. So you head over to Wodrell, his graveyard, turned laboratory. I don't know why I will always say laboratory now. That's
Because
just my
it's
default.
diabolical. And
It's just a
best
lot
way.
more fun to say.
Dexter's lab.
Laboratory.
That, so I
Yeah.
always say laboratory.
Yeah, I
It
think it's
sounds
because of Dexter's
menacing.
lab.
Yep.
Laboratory.
There you go.
That was pretty good.
I practiced my man dark.
Oh, Zoka, yes, it's good to see you. It is late. What can I do for you today? Oh, do you have?
Harvested Yes, I have the crimson root.
Oh, yes. Oh, this is
Yeah, of
wonderful
course.
news. Oh, yes. Oh, please, come in. Oh, bring it in. Set on the table right there.
You're awfully excited about this.
It has been too long since I have been able to find some crimson snake roots. You don't know. Oh, this is excellent news. Oh,
Well, what are you gonna do with it?
make things.
Well, I would like to learn how to be an apothecary. I keep asking you to teach me.
It is too much to give knowledge and make at the same time. But I tell you what. I teach you. I teach you two other ingredients, and if you find the other ingredients, you bring those back, and then we work on things from there. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Okay. And he takes basically the next hour going over two other parts of plants here that grow on the jungle. One of them called Zaak leaves, and I'll type that in the chat for you. And
Can I get a notepad in my journal to?
Yes. Did you not have one? You don't have one. Yes. Let me give you one.
Also, how did I fuck that up? Double-clicked my chat pop-up, and then it all turned into a window and won't come back.
Rip.
Gotta refresh.
Alright, and this can be in Zoker's journal.
Is there an echo still?
By Zoker. I don't hear one.
Ah!
La la la
No, I
la
don't-
la
I
la
hear
la
it.
la la.
I wasn't echoing, so
Yeah, no, I don't hear it. I think you fixed it.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so he teaches you about Zaak leaves, which let me. I can get you a full description here. I forgot to get this book open. My apologies. And the other is Zarian nettles. So there's that. Come on, open.
Real nettle.
Open sesame. Alright, so Zaak leaves. He explains that what he wants off of these is the residue. The Zaak bush is a rare small shrubbery that seems to only grow upon the area of a soil where an Akulu corpse had rotted away. So this can be difficult to find because sometimes you can find it underneath a still existing corpse, but most of the time it takes too long. So you really have to search more for the bones than anything else to find the Zaak bush. And I can see you got pulled away.
I'm good. I was
Good?
listening.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I just didn't want to give you too much info while you were distracted. I heard the little voice. And
Yeah.
the Zarian nettles
Be right back.
are quite dangerous and can only be distinguished from its numerous less dangerous cousins by the translucent tips on each stubby little leaf. So those are the two local herbs that Wodrell teaches you about today. He is very
Okay, yeah,
cagey,
I
though,
can,
in telling you what
get
these
'em.
could be used for.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you told me you're gonna teach me stuff when I brought you the snake root. How do I know you're gonna keep your word on this one? Should I perhaps let the mayor know what you have me running around collecting?
That is unnecessary. No, you do not need to involve Mr. Mr. Oh my God. I'm totally blanking. Mr. Cerisi?
It's okay, Woodrow. You're new here.
You do not need to involve him. No. It's okay. If you just bring me these Zeriun nettles and Zaak leaves, I will teach you of other plants, and once you know many plants, then you can put plants together to make good things. Yes, see, I am starting with the bottom, and we go from there. Yes, okay.
Oh, okay.
But I do believe I did promise come back tomorrow morning, and I have something for you. Did I make this snake root? Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll see you in the morning then.
Alright. Excellent. Okay. Yes. Good. Oh, and if you find these Zaak leaves or Zeriu nettles, yes, I give you Oh, yes, I give you some of these great berries that I grow outside. Yes, they can be all yours.
Okay.
All right. So you make your way out of the cemetery. And anything else you'd like to do tonight?
Hmm. I'd probably want to go check out around and try to just. I know. I'd probably go back home. I don't want to be around all of the new foreign people.
Okay. Yeah, you can tell. You can see the activity and hear the activity from here. That stuff is going on over at the Prancing Parrot. So.
Yeah, I'd just go back home here and sign in for the night.
Okay.
I'm just a normal human boy.
All right. So we'll come back to Theragon, Tanuki, and Raylia here. Back at the Prancing Parrot. Theragon, you did roll that perception check, right? That second one I asked for, is that the 11? Okay. You see a young human boy walk past you.
Can I make a perception check?
Um,
I'm looking in that direction.
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah. And
God damn it, Lux.
he walks by with his small fish on a stick and just seems very down.
Can I stop him as he walks by?
Oh, sure.
Boy, would you care to ask the lass up there if she would like to join us?
Her?
Yeah, the one that's pretending to play with her hair.
Oh, okay. All right, I can do that. All right.
Well, then get to it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, bye. He kind of runs and stumbles up the stairs a little bit. And comes down over here. He's kind of like half jogging straight at you, Raylia.
I immediately like stutter step and kind of move out of the way while looking quizzically at him. Also looking at the ocean now, trying to act again like I'm not suspiciously. Also realizing I looked at the ocean again, looking back down on my feet.
Well, you get distracted as the boy kind of bumps into you a little bit. I'm sorry. They over there. They wanted to know if you wanted to go eat with them. Okay, bye. And he just continues running past you. And now you can make a perception check.
Okay. That one.
Excellent. You try to kind of look down at him, but a wave kind of crests up just in front of you, and it just like completely halts your train of thought for just a moment. as you tense up a little bit.
Oh, okay. As she attempts to gather herself and just okay, looks around, looks over at Tanuki, who is waving at. Or is that
Peregrine. Yeah.
Okay, Theragrun. Okay, what are you, a Cancun?
I'm a dwarf.
A dwarf. Okay. Alright, it was Suna who was the Cancun.
Correct.
Now I'm sad again. Because Parrot Boy is gone, and we'll never get to see how that. Anyways, I almost said Beard Boy. Just
That's me. Wait, I don't have a beard. Hold on, I gotta get into
you're a
character.
dwarf without a beard. Oh god.
Doesn't mean he's not getting character.
He's gotta go get a beard.
Oh,
Is this for real? Is this happening? Oh no. Oh my god.
Okay.
Amazing.
I love it. That is fantastic.
Of course he. Okay.
Why do you have this? No, don't answer that. I don't need to know.
Noticing that this gentleman has quite the luxurious locks on his chin, quite the luxurious beard.
Mr. Beard Face.
It's a beard face. But also that he's looking at me and waving awkwardly at me standing here, like back against the wall of the tavern. I gather myself and kind of wave back. Hi.
Like, Peregrine's just gonna be like,
Okay.
How is Seychelles reacting to this?
Seychelles has ignored most of this conversation. She has come over to the small little cove here, and she takes kind of a moment and she looks down at the fire and seems to be thinking for a second before she turns back to the ocean. And she makes a couple motions with her hand. If you'd like, you can make an Arcana check to try and discern what she's doing. She seems to be tracing some kind of symbol in the air. Ooh, and that 20. So,
She casts a fireball.
She's around the corner from me. I don't see this yet.
yeah. Are you proficient in Arcana?
Meteor storm.
Me?
No, Tanuki.
30?
Oh, no. No.
No? Okay. What languages do you know?
Halfling and orc.
And common, I assume.
Sure, those will be helpful.
And common.
Yeah, okay. All right. So, while you don't quite understand the symbols that she's making, you can follow the shape of them, and one of them actually seems to be the shape of what might be a rune of a fish, and then she seems to be tracing out some other kinds of perhaps letters or symbols. You just aren't learned enough to understand what these are. But whatever she's doing, she is transmitting these pieces into some kind of spell. That is a spell that seems to be devoted to communication. And at about the time she kind of finishes up these runes, she turns and looks at you and says, "Excellent, thank you for coming down here. If you'll just bear with me for a few minutes, we should have one other arriving soon. Pardon me. I can sense another coming. That would be two others coming soon. And yeah, so really, you're kind of coming up as Tanuki and Theragon are trying to look around and figure out what to do to maybe get comfortable here for a few minutes.
Okay. So Raylia comes up and is kind of looking at you quizzically. She's never seen a Tanuki before. Never seen a turtle before. Sorry, raccoons are foreign to this land. She's never seen a turtle before, and she's never seen a dwarf before. So she's just kind of, hi, sorry, I don't mean to intrude. Why did you wave me over?
Because it looked like you wanted to intrude. That's
That's amazing. Okay. You got me. Sorry, I was just the woman. She caught my eye, and I've never seen anyone. I've never seen anyone like that, and I was curious. So I came to come see what you guys were up to. My name is.
Woman, yes.
No, it's not what. No.
I could introduce you if you'd like.
That's not what I mean. I mean, but yes, but no. Can we start over? My name's Raylia.
I do catch
It's a good start.
many an eye, but I do have to say, I don't think it's ever quite been like that before. Raylia, it's nice to meet you. My name is Seisho.
Seisho. It's nice to meet you. And you too?
Tanuki.
Theragun.
Is that some kind of cat? Tanuk? No. Theragun. Okay. And Tanuki. It's nice to meet you.
Would you mind waiting here with us for a little while? There's something that you might perhaps be interested in seeing.
Sure, I've got nothing else going on for tonight.
Excellent. Yes.
What are we what kind of thing is this? What are we waiting for?
We have a special guest joining us.
Insight,
Sure.
please. What kind of a person is this? With a 19.
Okay. If you don't mind waiting, all will be clear soon. And you get a sense of playful coyness about her. Like, she's kind of enjoying keeping this a little bit secret, and she's kind of excited for the reveal, almost like someone who is hiding a surprise from their friend or loved one.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll just wait. And she goes and sits as far like against the cliff face, sits down and just you know, puts her knees up and just waits as far from the water as possible.
Okay. Meanwhile, over in the waters, Sam.
What?
So you have
What's going on?
you were headed back home, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. So you made it back home.
What is this?
You and Stripes have made it back home. Striapas. What would you like to do this evening?
Well, I'm waiting on my brother, I'm going to probably just. I don't know, probably work out. Gotta keep my frame. Gotta keep my body ready for whenever.
Okay. So you're waiting for your brother to get home as well. Is that
Yes.
okay? He's got a pretty consistent schedule. His temple duties, occasionally will run late or end early, but for the most part, he's there at the temple pretty consistent times of day. You're a little surprised that he's not there when you get home. And as you make dinner and you work out a little bit, he's still not there.
That worries me. I'm probably gonna go check on that. Like, I'm just gonna go to the temple. He's just outside of it because I'm not allowed in.
Okay.
And I'm gonna kind of look, see if I can glean any information from maybe any of the guards that are standing by.
Yeah. So as you approach the temple, you swim up near it, and you can see the soft, radiant light of the different. I'm blanking on the word. The glow in the dark. What's the technical term for that?
Do you mean the sea moth that grows in the dark?
Bioluminescence.
Yes, the bioluminescent.
Bioluminescent.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yes, the bioluminescence that your people gather together to form your own version of lanterns is radiating softly but consistently from the entire temple, which is unusual for this time of night. Guards
Why
are
is it so
tripled
bright?
outside of the temple.
Oh. If I'm seeing that, I'm gonna go right up to a commanding officer and be like, "I'm ready. What's going on? What's happening?"
Simatu, you have not been assigned a station tonight.
I have not, but I'm willing to be assigned, if need be.
Denied. We are full tonight. Go home and rest easy, soldier.
May I ask what's going on?
You may not.
Yes, sir. I leave.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Excellent. Okay. On your way back, your thoughts troubling you. You're swimming back home more, kind of a autopilot than anything else. What normally would instantly catch your gaze as a free snack almost doesn't even get your attention, as the small orange fish that has been swimming behind you this whole time begins swimming wildly in front of your face.
Why?
The fish begins spinning around in circles and darts off. It comes back. Darts off. Comes back. Darts off. Turns around. Looks at you.
I don't want to play.
Fair.
It begins swimming kind of straight in one direction. Turns around. Looks at you.
Hold on. Okay. Oh, right. Yeah, okay.
I appreciate the intelligence roll.
Whatever. I ain't got nothing to do tonight. Sure. I'd whistle for Stripes. Make sure he's nearby.
Okay. Stripes comes by at your heels, at your tail, your fin, at your fin the whole time. We'll go with that. I like that.
Right.
And as you begin following the fish, it darts off ahead of you. It seems much faster than you, which is strange given its size. But it waits for you.
Okay.
And it brings you into the shallows and into shallower and shallower water.
Is this the same area that I was in before?
Yep.
I was just here. I'm just gonna stay here.
Okay.
I'm just gonna look at fish. I'm not. No.
The
That'd
fish.
be stupid.
The fish tries to dart off again, turns around, and looks at you like it's waiting for you.
Oh, God damn it! I will surface a little. Look up.
Okay. I guess you'd probably be a little bit further back there. So, Raylia, Tanuki, and Thagrin, you see as a shark's head rises from the ocean. And Seychelles says, "Ah, excellent." What do you guys do?
I can't swim.
There will be no need to swim today.
Okay, good.
Can he walk?
Can,
Do we just see a
Sure.
shark head? Like, is it just like
Yeah,
is
we
it
just
an
see a shark
actual
head.
shark head?
You
Or
technically
do
see
we
a
don't-
shark head and another shark fin around, going around him.
So how is this good?
Hi.
Did you wave at a shark? Did you wave at a shark?
You waved at me.
He's gonna go up a little and look at Seychelles. Did you get this fish to bring me here?
I did.
It's a talking shark.
Your presence is requested this night.
We already ate. We don't. And that's
Actually,
that's mean. Why are you gonna don't call a fish up and be like, hey, buddy, come in and then eat it? That's no.
He'll start coming out of the water slowly, but prepared.
Okay. Would you like to
Like,
describe
he's-
yourself
he-
as you rise out of the waters?
All right, as he starts rising out of the water step by step, you just see his head, which is automatically already kind of weird because it's a shark for one, but for two, it has this scar that just going down the exact center of his face, from head to toe, or head to what you can see.
Tail.
Yeah, and you can even see it on his fin. It's perfectly dividing him in half. And as he's climbing out of the water, he's more humanoid than you first thought, and he is jacked. He's wearing what you would think that kind of looks like scale mail, but it's made of coral reef and just a bunch of other hardened underwater life that he's just wearing as armor. You don't see any weapons on him.
Raylia nudges Tanuki and says, "That shark looks like it would fare really well on the streets."
God damn
Thank
it. Fuck off.
Boo. Kick him.
Fucking hate him.
He has a long tail, which kind of drags behind him a little bit. He's mostly blue and white, and he just looks like a ferocious like tiger shark. He's kind of striped a little, with darker blue stripes going around his the bluer parts of his body, and he just comes out of the water, kind of looking warily at all of you, fists clenched, like they're ready to throw hands at any moment.
Throw fins?
Did I roll on a perception to see him during the fog?
And you still see the other shark in the water, just kind of staying as close to the shore as it can without beaching itself.
And
Why
can
did
I
you
get
call somebody who wants to eat us and or punch us?
a perception check from Aurelia and Sam? I assure you, Aurelia, his people are far more kind and generous than you give them credit for.
17.
9.
Okay. So, Aurelia, kind of in your nervous state of kind of looking around, and this is, I mean, you're next to the ocean, and now there's a ocean creature coming out of the ocean towards you. This is uncomfortable for you. And so kind of in your nervous just looking, you catch sight of a young woman, and I would say give me a wisdom check to see if you recognize her. But she's back kind of around the corner.
13?
13? Yeah, okay. So you recognize Taylor just a little bit further back, kind of peering around the corner of the small stone wall there. And she notices you see her, and she darts off.
Hey, guys, there's, weird, market girl. I couldn't think of the word market. Weird girl from the market. I don't know. You guys just came in on the ship, but you might not know her. But she was just doing what I was doing.
Would you like to welcome her closer? The
Uh,
more the merrier for everything I'm about to share.
Taylor, come back! Taylor, come back!
You hear no response.
I don't think she's coming back.
Very well. Thank you for coming, Sam. I know your time is limited here. Wait, did you give her
Also,
your name
Rayla-
before? You did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have off today. It's fine. I've already done my duties, so I have the rest of the day off. What do you want?
On second thought, would you mind waiting here just for a little bit? And she turns to Tanuki and Thurgan and says, would you mind waiting here a little longer?
I mean, my soup's not getting much colder than it is, so I'm fine.
She turns to Aurelia. Aurelia? As Aurelia has begun backing away, she turns and makes eye contact with you.
Yeah. What's up?
Would you mind going and fetching that young girl? I think perhaps
Okay.
5 would be a better number than 4.
Wait, for what? As I was going to gladly move away, and then she says that. For what?
For everything I'm about to share.
Okay. And I'm gonna go walk away.
She turns to Tanuki. Tanuki, would you mind ensuring that she does not decide to simply go home tonight?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I appreciate you. Thegrin,
Taylor,
patience.
Taylor, come, wait for me. I take a moment to contemplate going along the beach, and immediately, no.
Okay. Yeah, so Taylor is
Yeah.
I mean, she's long gone off of there.
I-
You can see her.
Oh, she's gone. Okay.
Yeah, you can see her actually kind of running back into the town at this point.
And do I hear is Tanuki like literally on my tail? Like,
Just this turtle
I'm
behind.
not slow.
not slow. like, how does this happen? How do you follow me?
I'm right behind you. I mean, it's a 350-pound turtle. You can't not hear it.
Rayleigh is not like she kind of turned and ran at a jog, and as she turns and notices you behind her, she begins sprinting. She dashes.
Just this turtle chasing behind her.
So she dashes and is 60 feet away.
All right.
You're running from a
Does
I'll
Tanuki
dash
follow?
too.
All right.
Yeah.
Why are you following me?
I requested to help you grab the woman and come back.
Inside. As I'm running.
I'm going to eat you.
Okay.
The giant creature of the water.
That is a 21.
The 21.
I'm not lying.
I think you
Wait.
probably gather some confusion at your fear. Some. Yeah, that's probably the biggest thing, right?
What? Hello, Rolex?
I thought that was directed at you.
No.
How is
Confusion
Tanuki
at
like
my fear.
feeling
You're-
about this?
Yeah.
Really, it gets a good sense of like your
Tensions.
yeah, intentions and emotional state right now, kind of what's going on.
Can I do a wisdom just to see what Tanuki's probably thinking?
Sure.
He's probably thinking with that she's just trying to keep up and probably a bit scared also at seeing how she reacted with the water and all. So he doesn't think nothing more of it.
Can you stop following me as she continues to run?
I was told to help you catch her.
Look, we're not gonna catch her. She's far away. I'm just gonna go home. Goodbye. Have a good night. It was nice to meet you. I forgot your name, but I'm sure I'll remember it next time. Good night. Goodbye.
Uh-oh, he's looking at character
The
sheets.
murder.
Oh god.
The mage who could obliterate me said, "Make sure she comes back." The person I don't know said, "Let her go home." I know my choice here.
Oh no.
Please, I don't. Please, we mean no harm. I was requested to make sure you come back. At least you come back. I mean no harm whatsoever.
Rayleigh immediately comes to a screeching halt. Why? Turns around and just yells at you. Why?
She said, "Make sure you come back." Obviously, I'm going to listen to her. Would you not listen to her?
Look, she was kind of cagey and kind of slightly creepy, but also slightly alluring at the same time. It's really weird. I'm look. I've got some personal stuff. Okay, it's not you. It's me. It's also a little bit you. You kind of you're not like other people that I've seen, and also um. Uh, look, if anything happens weird, I'm gone, and I will be gone immediately. Don't try to stop me, or I will hurt you. I'll go back. I'll see what she has to say, but look, she's kind of. This whole thing's kind of freaking me out. So I'll promise me you won't try to stop me, and you'll let me go.
She said make sure you return. She didn't say to stop you from leaving again.
Fine. And she will stay 10 feet back for the rest of the trip back.
I'm gonna make sure she stays behind me the whole time, and I'm going back.
He's
Okay.
walking backwards.
Raylia's reason for doing this, just so you know, it is she's very, again, curious, and she's never met another water person before in her life, so she's wondering what the fuck is going on with all that.
She's also made of what she's afraid of.
I'm glad you've gleaned that.
It's pretty
very
obvious.
I mean, I'm afraid of sentient piles of meat, but I'm not scared of human.
At about this time, Zoker, you're returning back to your house. And you're about to walk into the front door when you hear the small commotion towards the prancing parrot. And there's the sound of someone running down the sand.
Yeah, I'm gonna go take a little peek, but stay as out of sight as I can.
Okay. You see Taylor booking it down the beach away from the tavern.
Okay, I'm gonna follow her.
Okay. Make a stealth check for me. All right. So with a 12, so you begin to start following her, and you realize she's actually headed to your house. She turns down onto the kind of boardwalk where that row of houses is, and begins running. And you can see her gaze is on your house. And then as she reaches the boardwalk and kind of gets behind some of the houses, she slows, and she starts walking.
Okay, I'm still gonna stay back to see why she's going there.
Okay. So she walks up, and she's like looking up. She's about to knock on the door when she turns, and she actually spots you. And she says, "Oh, Zoker, I was just coming to find you. Hey, can I talk to you for a second?
Sure.
Cool. Can we maybe head down to the waves where nobody can hear us?"
Yeah.
Okay. So you two walk. It's, just a few feet down over to the beach. And she kind of turns. She's looking away from the prancing parrot, angles herself so that she's between you and the tavern, and she says, "Hey, I saw something really weird, and unfortunately I got spotted, but I'd really like to know more about what's going on over there. You know that the small beach by the Prancing Parrot?
Yeah, I know the one.
Yeah. If I give you 2 silver, will you go check it out and report back to me and let me know what's happening over there? It was real intriguing.
2 silver to make Matron worry about why I haven't came back from Woodrails
I
yet.
had 5 silver. Shit, Zoker. What do you want from me? It's just to go and watch something.
5 silver, and you owe me a favor.
I think we already owe each other a favor, so you know what? Deal.
Okay. I'll go check it out.
I appreciate that. And you know, in good faith, here's silver down right now, but I want to hear back from you, all right?
Oh, I'll be back.
She pulls out 5 silver coins, each from completely different countries across the world, as all of the currency here is just this mosh posh of different currencies from everywhere.
It's this color. It's this currency.
Exactly.
There you
It's made of this metal. Yeah, it's twice as big as the other one, but you know what?
It's worth the same.
Yeah.
Smells like electrum on the inside.
What are you talking about?
It's only silver plated. What a ripoff!
Alright. I'm gonna make my way down the beach to try to spy on them. Hopefully being more stealthy than she claimed she was.
All right. Roll another stealth check for me.
Oh. I really should not have those coins all in one pocket.
All right. Back over at the Prancing Parrot, with the 4 of you now gathered. Tanuki returns with Raylia in tow. Seychelles says, "So, were you able to fetch the lass?"
Why are you laughing?
I just assumed that you guys weren't able to find her. You know, let's send the turtle and the failed stalker to find the girl, okay? Let's...
Should I have sent you, Thagrin?
Okay, look,
I mean, I'm a tracker, a hunter, so it does make sense.
I can hear your beakers.
well.
Tanuki.
You're also kind of slow though, so that just cancels out, right?
I'm faster than you. You're a turtle. I don't.
Want to bet?
I don't know. I don't want
No.
to lose that fight.
You guys should race to see who can go that way and points the opposite direction as the way back to thing. As
Perhaps
fast
we
as you
can race another time. Would the
What
4
are
of you
we
like to
doing
know?
here?
Yes,
Wait, he speaks common?
he does.
Hello?
No.
My name's Bailey. I've never. Well, that's not true. I don't get to speak to other not land people very often. Hi, my name's Raylia.
Same, but the opposite.
And Raylia, you actually seeing him, it occurs to you now, you've heard the people here in town talk about his folk before. Make an intelligence check for me. If you have history, you can use that.
I have.
Since
that's
local is
20.
no longer a thing.
That's not that 20.
Okay. And are you proficient in history or no?
No.
No. Okay. So dirty 20. So you remember, people have talked about his folk here, and you don't remember what their real name is, but you do definitely remember that the shark folk that live in the waters here are not friends with the town.
Oh. Okay.
at all.
Okay.
Many
He also looks really uncomfortable in this where he is right now. He's just
many
like,
of the
just like this.
the fishing trips that have gone out have come back and reported that these shark folk have attacked them, or have never come back at all, and it's believed that the shark folk attacked them.
So we don't mean you any harm. Hi.
Hi.
Well, this is
I
lovely.
was called here by her.
Yes, you were.
That thing. I point the fish.
You in particular, Sam, were incredibly helpful to me in gathering this information. I've chosen the rest of you for differing reasons.
Real quick, can I? Do you have any relation to would I know that he was a Loa, the guy that I talked to before?
Yes, you've definitely heard the tales of all 7 of the Loa. Yes, so you would know the names and general scope of each one, for sure.
Okay, cool. You wouldn't have anything to do any relation to the Loa of water, and she said that she's like kind of grabbing her shoulder and is a little apprehensive about asking this question. Kind of averts her eyes a little bit.
Are you referring to the Loa of streams or the Loa of tides?
Yeah.
She's trying to think back. What it was the Loa of tides, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Loa of tides.
Unfortunately, no.
No. That's good. Okay.
I believe you and I actually may share a bit of history. A history not shared by the Loa. This is why I'm glad you came.
I spelled that wrong. Hold on, sorry.
Shelve that. I have questions. But please don't mind me. Continue.
Certainly, we can talk later. Sam, I'm so sorry. It must be uncomfortable for you to be standing out here in the air. I know you can do
Yes.
it, but if you would permit me, I would like to cast a spell on you that will make this a bit easier for you. Would that be all right?
Sure.
She kind of waves her hand over some of the lapping tide, and as she lifts her hands, a bit of the water kind of lifts up with her, and she brings both hands, and some of the water just comes down, and she places both hands around your gills, and the water kind of seeps in, and it feels very refreshing. And then the water just kind of stays there, and you find it much easier to breathe. You don't need to use your racial trait for the moment to hold your breath. You can actually breathe. That should last you about a week, and I would like,
Jesus.
if things progress the way I hope they might, I will find a more permanent solution for you.
Okay.
You wanting him to stay out of water?
I think you might find him to be particularly helpful in what I'm about to ask of you. And at this point, let's have Aurelia and Tanuki and Sam roll perception.
4.
Excellent.
I rolled a 4.
All right, 16 from Tanuki and 7 from Sam. Okay.
good.
Tanuki, with your vantage point, as Raylia begins talking, you turn and kind of look towards her. Zoker, where are you hiding right now?
Let's see. I'm probably like over here behind this barrel. Just it'll half place me. Just
I love it. All right, yeah, Tanuki, you see yet another eavesdropper.
I'm gonna look at Raylia. Is this town full of people that don't know privacy?
Yeah.
Yes.
I love Sam joining in on that.
You say yes, and Rayleigh immediately.
I'll look at Seishel. We have another eavesdropper.
I see. Pardon me. She's going to step over here and look around. Let's see if she can spot you. It's not very hard to spot you.
Barrel noise, barrel noise.
You there? Yes, you.
huh? Oh, me?
Would you like to know what this conversation is about?
Yeah.
Come on then.
Fucking Taylor.
Yeah.
He's honest. He's not even trying to hide it. He's like, well, I was caught. Oh well.
Everyone here is extremely nosy, but completely honest.
Yeah,
Alright.
when I get up, I'm gonna look at them and I'm gonna see if I can. I want to like see if there's any crest or emblems if I could tell if they're from anywhere.
Okay. And go ahead and
Specific, that
describe
would be-
yourself, and then we'll allow each person to denote that.
Well, Zoker's a average height, male, little on the thin side. You can tell that he works with his hands and he does manual labor, but a little thin. He has long green hair, a tinge of green, and his skin is a light brown, but you could almost swear that if the light hits it right, it's a little bit green.
Okay. And I guess Raylia, Tanuki, and Thurgrin, are any of the three of you wearing any kind of identifiable crest of any kind?
No,
symbol.
I'm wearing mostly just kind of rags.
Yeah, not particularly. No, like identifying logos or symbols or anything.
Nope. Rolex, you good, man?
I'm having to read for something real fast, sorry.
Read faster.
Got him.
I'm scrolling through a Discord message history. Give me
In fact, with your while you're doing that, because I know what you're looking up, Zucker, if you want to roll a history check to possibly identify whatever he may be about to say. I'm going to say you don't recognize it with that 11.
Okay.
It's just from a different part of the world than you, so.
I see that there was never a straight answer, so I get to pick.
Yeah. Yep, you do. I think so.
Well, I got 3 options.
Is
on
one of
his
them good?
right- Depends how you look at it. On his right shoulder, you see, you wouldn't probably be able to make it out, but it's like a sort of butterfly shaped, sort of like pendant on a piece of his robe.
And then you also see a Ralmoa. And with your history and how long you've been here, and especially your history with your brother, who just let me know if you don't recall.
I remember.
You definitely know who the Ralmoa are.
Mhm.
And I'll leave it to you what kind of feelings you may or may not have towards them.
Okay.
So yeah, so what do you do?
Well, after I look around and notice I don't see anything that would be identifiable of people I'm trying to hide from, I'll get closer into the conversation.
Okay.
And I'm indifferent on the shark.
Okay. Excellent. I was hoping for 5. I will admit this is not the 5 I thought it would be, but this will work nicely. Sam, I have chosen you to be here because of how incredibly helpful you were, and the fact that your gift of communication with these folk is a rarity among your kind. And I worry that these folk may need your help. I think
For what?
it may be possible that your people could in turn need the help of these folk here. I'm not sure yet. Thagrin, Tanuki, I will be honest with you. You are here under the direct command of Captain Laurie, for you are the 2 that I have been granted authority over for this reconnaissance.
That's perfectly fine with me.
Raelia, I'm very happy
Yeah.
you're here.
Oh,
I
okay.
did not know that I would be happy you were here, but I think you can sense the same shared history that I can. So, I would indeed like to speak about this with you more later. But perhaps it is fate bringing you and I together like this again.
Again?
I believe so.
Oh,
We'll discuss this more. And you, what might your name be?
Zokor.
Zokor. Well, welcome into the fold, Zokor. I'm about to share some information with the 5 of you that may bring about some level of panic amongst the citizens of this town, and which my captain is, shall we say, only begrudgingly willing to acknowledge. You all saw that great beast appear in front of the Merry Marrow earlier this eve, did you not?
Oh no, we didn't see the giant thing come out of the ocean.
I am fully aware you
Yeah.
did, Thagrin. Thank you for your
Yes.
sarcasm.
that was kind of rude, wasn't it?
I mean, what are you mad at me for? You waved to the shark, he didn't even wave back, so...
You get used to it. I was stuck on a boat with him for 2 months.
Oh,
I have
Um.
many reasons to believe that that beast is not alone. That there will be more. Perhaps of a different nature. Perhaps coming in from a different place. But threatening both the town and the reef alike. as yet, I seem unable to find anyone willing to do anything about it. And so, I have gathered those who I can, here now. Is that something you would be willing to look into? I'm not asking you to fight a beast such as that. No, I am asking more for you to find information about where this beast may come from. Enough information that we may gather perhaps both the full might of the town, the ship, and the seas to fight back against it.
Will I have to go in the water?
I do not believe so. You see, thanks to Sam here, we were able to locate this, and she pulls out from a satchel that she has a small skull. It has a couple barnacles attached to it. Those of you intimately familiar with the sea can tell that these barnacles look dead. Long dead, just kind of the skeleton left of them. And she holds it up. And I'd like Zoker and Raelia to make nature checks with advantage, and everyone else can just make a nature check for me.
Nat 20.
Wow,
Shit.
I'm not rolling well.
On the first roll.
Nice.
I mean,
Okay. So, Zoker and Thegrin, well, Sam, you have no. This looks like some kind of landwalker skull. You don't know.
Yeah.
Zucker and Thegrin, you can tell that this looks like the skull of some small-sized creature, some small-sized humanoid creature, but that it doesn't look like a halfling or a gnome or any of the more civilized races. Perhaps this is the skull of a goblin or some other kind of goblinoid. You're not quite sure. Tanuki, you have not heard of whatever this skull, the creature that the skull belonged to. But you can also tell that this is definitely some kind of goblinoid creature. Similar to goblins, but it looks different. Raelia, you would know that this skull, in fact, belongs to, or belonged when it was alive, to a small type of goblin called an opu that is native to this island.
So I know that this skull belonged to a small type of goblin named an Oku that is native to this island.
That's correct, Raelia, yes. I'm impressed. You see, this skull was the center of the magics that formed that great reef beast. And that means that though this beast grew within the waters, it originated somewhere here on land. Somewhere here on this island, in fact. For these Opu, they only live here. So far as I know.
Also, they kind of smell
Well, that I
not good.
would not know, but I do believe it. I believe that if you are able to trace the origins of this skull, perhaps to locate some Opu den nearby, we may be able to find further information about why this came to be, who is behind this great corruption of death itself. I don't have much more for you right now, but it is with this information that I come to you. If any of you have any leads from here, please let us know. If not, well, perhaps you'd be willing to work together to find one?
I mean, I don't know any of these people, except for, do I know Zoker?
I'd say you'd
With
know
some
of
Zoker
him,
around.
but you're pretty. You've been pretty hermiting in your time here, so you might know his name. I'll leave that up to you. Well, you know it now, at least.
Yeah, I'd heard of him. Not much more than the name, though. I'm not. It's gonna threaten the entire island and the reef surrounding it.
I believe so.
That's a big deal.
The magics that created this are, quite frankly, beyond any I've ever encountered. Perhaps save one thing, and if it is on the level of a beast such as that, I am not sure this island can survive. But we must try.
If it's as dire as you think it is, fine.
Thank you, Sam. I know this will
But
be hard for
just
you.
to let you know, you are not my commanding officer. If one were to tell me otherwise, I would listen to them instead.
Of course. You must do what is right for your people. I understand that.
Apparently, you're in charge of me, so I don't have much say in the matter.
Tracking beasties is what I came here to do, so.
Oui, oui.
Perfect.
Oui, oui. Je suis Américain. I am the French.
So I know guys sometimes say that, you know, they need to go. If you guys need to go wee, like, you know, I'll leave. It's fine.
No, we do it in the water.
I need a bit of a stroke out there, okay? So don't worry about it. My voice will change.
You've had a stroke.
Stroke of bad luck.
It's like every
like
other
a- like a-
conversation we
Like
know.
like a breaststroke. Like
Oh my god.
Don't worry, I believe in you, Kevin. I know you can do this.
I know
You'll get it
it's
right.
kind of
You'll
hard.
get it straight.
I
It
think I'm
is.
just gonna start talking like this forever, and then that'll just be my voice.
I mean, that is how some people learn how to do accents. They just talk like that for extended periods of time, till it becomes natural. Then they forget how to get out of it.
I'm okay with that. As long as it doesn't get stuck in French, we're fine.
We gotta stop French chicken.
Wait,
Crazy.
Omelette du
I was about to
fromage.
do that. That's all you can say.
Fucking two Dexter's things, my god.
Look, if it's that important, I think we all that Zoker. We should. We can't let it destroy the town, and the people here. You know, they're not all a bunch of dicks.
I beg to differ.
You just don't know us yet. You know, you can give it time.
You're all the same.
That's rude. Look,
We have a turtle.
He just
he's-
when she says that's true, he just glares at her.
I feel like we could be friends.
That was a bad roll.
Oh.
What do I need to roll in opposition to that?
It would normally be a wisdom saving throw, I think.
Yeah, okay. I'm fine. 19.
Yeah. Yeah, I rolled really bad. I rolled a 3.
So there's something about staring at you past Seychelles that just kind of neuters any threat that you might pose.
Well, we should probably split up and deal with this later. Yeah, I don't know if you've noticed this, but this town is full of nosy people, and if they see one of his kind, pointing at Sam, up on the beach, they're going to grab the pitchforks and torches and
He hasn't
come
named.
down here. Well, I wasn't here for that, now was I?
It's Sam, right?
Technically.
Only by birth, damn it.
Your puny mind cannot comprehend.
I think that is wise, yes. I would encourage all of you to venture out as soon as possible. Though, of course, you will need to find a direction to go. I do apologize. I will not be able to go with you on this. I assure you, my as much of my attention as I can spare towards this matter will be given. However, the captain has her own priorities, and she will demand my presence alongside her for them.
What about these guys? Will she demand their presence? They're part of the crew, right? Part of the ship, part of the crew? How it work?
No, I have been granted special permission to send the two of them on this quest.
You guys got fired.
I was never
feeling
part
that
of it in the
too.
first place.
Are we allowed to bring anyone else along with us?
You will need to get permission from the captain to do so. Of course, anyone in town, I am unfamiliar with their loyalties, but most of the crew will have jobs to perform.
What about those that are bad at their jobs? There's one I have in mind.
Perhaps.
God damn it!
If you'd like, if you have a name, I can put in the request. Otherwise, you can approach Salt Breath or
That would be
the captain.
Oh, okay. Yes, I do have a name. That'd be Toraira. Yeah.
Yes. Really? All right.
Are you sure?
I would be surprised if
There are
the
more
captain is
people that
not
can
willing to
help.
spare her. Yes. I'll put in the request for you.
All right, that sounds good. We have a deal kind of going on. I promised I'd show her how to shoot, as long as she does not shoot me in the future. I think that's how it goes.
Seems like a fair deal,
Do you?
Optimistic.
maybe?
Hmm?
Right. Should we arrange a time for the five of you to meet back up? As I am under the assumption, Sam, you will not want to enter the town.
Yes.
When would you like to meet back up?
You decide. I will be there at whatever time.
How do they keep track of time
at the bottom of the ocean.
We look up.
At what? There's nothing up there for you.
Do you think the air just goes away when we're underwater?
I think that's why they call it underwater. There's no air.
I mean,
so.
the sun.
Oh,
That's
okay.
just gone when we go underwater.
Eventually it gets there. Yeah, I would assume.
It is not that deep.
Oh. Compared to what?
We do not live in the deep underwater. We can still see the sun.
I mean, fair. Okay, so you have like sundials and things. It was a legitimate question. I don't.
When it goes dark, the
Mhm.
glowing plants get bright.
But if it's
That-
dark, we can
That
plants to be
makes
right.
a lot of the glowing plants. That makes a lot of
His accent changed like 3 times throughout this single bit of conversation.
sense.
Just accept it.
Oh no.
He's a multicultural dwarf, right?
It just makes it funnier.
I mean, he doesn't even have a beard. Can you really trust the thing he says?
I'm not. Can you let me have this Rolex?
It's just funnier to me to change
It's
it.
hard. I know. I'm trying to keep it.
I love it.
Just
May I suggest
find,
then-
like a shape to your mouth, and just keep that shape to your mouth like while you do it.
I
Just
can't.
remember
His mouth does whatever it wants. What does
remember
mouth
the
do, though?
feeling of it.
You'll practice and you'll find something that you'll fall into.
Yeah, I know.
May I perhaps suggest that you meet again tomorrow at sunset? Hopefully that will be enough time for those of you to gather information and figure out where to go, and decide when you will leave and how you'll get there.
Sure.
Fine with me.
All right. Well, then I think, unless you have any further questions from me, I will leave you to it.
Are you gonna tell us where to start looking tomorrow, or are we just winging it?
I will do my best to find information, but to be frank, I do not know where any of these Opu might live on this island. My guess would be just that, a guess.
Alright.
I would be surprised if there is not some kind of information in town as to what direction some Opu may live at the very least.
Well, I'm going to leave that to you landwalkers. We don't care about Opu.
That's fair. Well, it's nice to meet you. Have a good night. I'm hungry.
Me too.
Me three.
Well, maybe I'll cook for you sometime. But for now, I'm gonna go to bed. Good night. See you tomorrow, I guess.
All right.
I'm just looking over to Therodon. We supposed to sleep.
I was going to finish my soups, so.
He's just still holding the bowl this entire conversation. Every time like he goes to start drinking at it, someone says something to him. He's like, what?
That's why he was extra sassy during all of that. And his accent was changing. He couldn't keep focus. He was
He's got a
hungry.
match. He just keeps striking matches and holding it under the bowl.
He was
Keep
actually.
burning the bowl. It's made of wood.
All right. So quarters have been arranged above the tavern here for all of the members of the crew who are not sleeping aboard the ship, which would include you two. So as you all head back to your homes and wrap up the evenings, is there anything else you guys want to do before we wrap up this evening.
Is my brother home yet?
He is not.
Skater.
Gator. Shit. Alright. Well, I'm told to go home by, like, everyone, so I'm just gonna go home.
Okay.
Then go sleep, I guess.
Okay.
He must be working late shift tonight.
I think I'm gonna take a detour out of town towards the snake pit to leave a message for Falconeer, telling him that I need to meet with him.
Okay.
I'm gonna make sure that I'm not being followed when I'm leaving.
All right. Go ahead and make a stealth and a perception check.
And perception. Oh, oof. Wow.
How?
Wait, how did I do that twice
That
in a
is
row?
impressive. You rolled the same number.
Oh,
What? All right. Well, you feel
Double
like
ones.
you were fairly stealthy, and you're just kind of lost in your thoughts a little bit and not paying as much attention. You get back home, and you realize you really didn't look around as much as you should have, and you kind of kicking yourself. You really have no clue whether or not someone spotted you.
Fuck.
Stealthy, you couldn't even see you.
Did I just get home? Did I checked my hands for my my pants for my parchment that I would have written on. Okay, I stopped by the pit.
Tanuki and Thegrin?
I want to talk to the bartender, see what they know about Opu.
Okay. Sure. How do you approach that conversation?
I'm just gonna straight up just bowl of soup, please.
Hi. Would you like the meat removed again?
No, that was the turtle. That was
All right. That's right. But you wanted beer poured in it.
yes. That would be me.
Right, then. He serves you some beer stew. There you go, lad.
You wouldn't happen to know anything about the Opu, would you?
Ah, the Opu. I've heard of him. Yeah. How'd you like to know?
I mean, have they been sighted nearby? Are they around here in any particular area?
Oh, to be frank, I don't go outside of this tavern very often. Lots of brewing to do.
That's true, but I mean, people do come here to your tavern. Anybody talk about it?
Aye, they do. Well, let me think on that. Yeah. You know who I would talk to who gets all the stories of everybody? I would go ask Leadin of the Docks. He's a crazy one and he talks to everybody. To be honest, outside of you travelers here, I don't honestly get a whole lot of people here in town coming by and chatting. They kind of just come in and pick up their barrels and head back home.
Okay. Thank you very much. So, leading of the docks.
Aye.
Okay. And then he's just gonna eat his soup, his beer soup.
Okay.
One more question. Is there a general store or such in town that we could maybe buy rations or such?
Not really one store per se, but if you head down into the center of town, you'll find a market. And I can assure you, tomorrow everyone will be there trying to hawk their goods. You'll be able to find just about anything you need that you can find here. If it can be found, you'll find it there.
Fair enough, thank you.
All right. And perfect timing. Was there anything Raylia would like to do to end the night?
Rayleigh's going home and going to cook some food because the stew is good, but not that filling.
Okay.
So she's going to try to scrounge up some ingredients and make herself see if she has any meat. And she's going to go ahead and try to look for some. And she, she has some leftover pork from a boar. She's going to whip herself a nice little boar steak.
Excellent. All right. Cool. With that, you guys all settle in, feeding yourselves, head to bed, and we will pick up next time as we come into the morning. So if you guys have any questions, she overcooks it. If you have any questions about possible things that your character might know of in order to have a lead on where to go tomorrow, let me know. We can chat about that off camera and everything, and off session. Otherwise, we'll pick up as most of you are going to kind of make your way into town, and some of you will do what you are going to do in the ocean. So, cool. Great session tonight, guys.
It's the morning ritual.
So, yeah, well done.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take an accent class. Just gonna watch every Gerard Butler movie and see what happens.
Have you been practicing your girl voice?
My girl voice?
Yeah,
A
you
little
said you were
bit.
going to practice your girl voice.
Yeah, but now I can only do a French-Scottish girl voice.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, I don't want to. That sounds embarrassing.
It would be, which is precisely why you should do it.
No, I have not been practicing my girl's voice. I'm a liar.
I'm from Scotland.
That sounded like Mickey.
Omelette du fromage.
That was a good episode. Thank you.
I was kind of worried that it was going to be really, 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 really impossible to get you guys all together.
Yeah,
It nearly was.
Rayleigh tried to run like 3 times.
yeah, I kind of had to just suck it up and do it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. I was like, in reality, I should be like, nope, Taylor, fuck you. You didn't help me find my little sister earlier. I'm not helping you do shit.
Yeah, fair.
I was down with it. It was just I wanted to have a little fun with it first. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's not the smartest
exactly.
in the world, so he's just fish. But the fuck? What do you want?
I don't want to play.
That was great. I don't want to play. I think that might be the title of the episode. I like that.
Fucking strife and Kevin over there.
You're just looking at Nemo like, go the fuck away from me. Like, leave me alone. Go touch a butt. Leave me alone.
It would have been great if you had forgotten for a moment that you were supposed to be looking on for that fish. You're like, I eat it.
I was debating. I was really debating that.
Fish are friends, not food.
As it's in your mouth, you feel it pulling in one direction.
We're trying to reach you about your extended warranty.
Begins talking to you in your mouth. Please don't eat me.
You're not the first person to say that to me.
Can I be the last?
That sounds like a threat.
Yeah, it does.
Swims into the gills.
Tries to choke you, yeah.
If I'm going down, I'm taking you with me.
I was trying to think of a pun for the water that was
First
on your
off, Chao
gill,
Su, that never worked for you.
Shouts to.
and I finally thought of one. A sea caller.
Look, Vegeta.
But instead of the letter C, it's a S-E-A. Pun. See what I
You
did
said
there?
what?
Wow.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Boo.
Damn.
Look, man, you gotta call it quits. That was a wash.
You know,
I'm dipping out. I'll talk to you guys later.
This conversation has drifted off.
I can't go with the flow on this anymore.
Let's go. Here we go. Who else? Who hasn't gotten theirs in?
Are you sure the current's pretty strong?
All right, cool. Well, hopefully we get to play next week instead of
What do you
waiting.
mean, hopefully, we're
3
playing
weeks.
next week. We are playing next week, right, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
I will be here.
Don't I
Let's
mean?
see. Well, no, I'm thinking. Most of the people who have either had an excuse to not be here, one is not here. Suna is just has a tendency to just not appear sometimes, and we don't have to worry about that now. Kevin has changed his time, so he's free from every Sunday for the foreseeable future, or Monday for the foreseeable future.
That's awesome.
Antho is the DM, so if he's not here, we're fucked anyway. Everyone else is pretty, like, yeah, let's go, let's do it, let's do it. D&D. So, I think we'll be fine.
Okay.
As long as Kevin stops digitizing, what the fuck?
Told you that.
At one point, his face was perfectly normal, but his hair was just all green pixels. I was
That's
like,
incredible.
What the fuck? He's my avatar.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's me
I
up
don't
there.
know why it's doing that too.
It was doing it to Rolex last time we played.
Yeah, it only does it to you two, though.
And I wonder if it's my internet or something. Like
Yeah,
my,
it's
like my
like
upload,
shitternet.
maybe. My shitternet.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Maybe.
You spitter diet.
All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna wrap it up here and go get some food before I head off to my next stream. So
Have a good stream, my dude.
Alright.
cool.
Have a good stream.
Yeah.
I will be practicing my Scottish. I can't. Nope.
That wasn't bad. That wasn't
I've been
bad.
practicing my
that was
Scottish.
That was
actually-
bad.
No, that was not actually that